All right. Good morning, Dan and Lisa. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to pile on in and then we will get started.
Hey Cameron, I can't hear you anymore. I don't know if it's just me.
Oh no, I was muted. I was doing another little
You were on.
Instagram live like, hey y'all,
My
come on
bad.
over to Zoom. Come on over. But yes, happy Saturday, Lisa. If you're tuning in from Atlanta, we have really great weather right now. I'm super excited about it. It's like
This
finally
is
feeling like
perfect.
fall.
Yeah, perfect fall. We're actually getting one.
And yeah, I'm like, can we get like just a couple weeks of this weather before it gets cold, please?
Chicago. Okay, so are you getting hit with cold weather? I've been in Chicago in October and it was frigid when I went. Oh, no.
No. My very first time in Chicago was for New Year's. It was like this at the end of December, and it was like unseasonably warm. It was like -8 degrees. I was like, y'all got it. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Well, I hope you're warm in front of a heater.
Yikes, I can't even imagine. Okay. We're going to give people 2 more minutes. And if not, we are just going to get started with Lisa because these are luckily recorded. So that's the beauty of Zoom. People can watch this whenever.
And if you all can grab a pillow or a blanket, something, or both, I have both a pillow and a blanket kind of rolled up if you don't have a bolster. So go ahead and grab that as well as a mat and water if you need it.
Awesome. So just a couple, I got to do my little church announcements on a Saturday. That's what I call them. But so this Tuesday, we are actually going to be doing a community conversation called Menstruation, Menopause, and Mental Health. So we are going to be talking about all things as far as women's health and how it relates to your mental health. We have some OBGYNs and psychiatrists and therapists that are going to be on the panel. So it should be a really great discussion. The link for that is also in our bio. So please consider checking that out. And as you can see, we are both wearing our Black Signature Silence the Shame t-shirts. These are available online as well as a whole bunch of other stuff. We have expanded our store. We have crop tops, sweatshirts, hoodies, water bottles, golf cap, like polos, hats, like literally anything we could put Silence the Shame on. We put Silence the Shame on. So please buy it because all the proceeds go back to helping out this organization. So we're super excited about that. And then as we are getting into the holiday season, we are ramping up for no reservations needed. So please just be sure to continue to follow us. I think we're already accepting donations for our Thanksgiving food drive. Well, the Thanksgiving meal that we're going to do at the Atlanta Mission. So like I said, please just check out our website. Make sure you're continuing to follow us on Instagram so you can know all the wonderful things we're trying to do here. in the city. And, you know, as we can expand, hopefully we can make all of our programs nationwide. So those are my little church announcements for the day. Oh, I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Cameron Triplett. I am the outreach specialist for Silence the Shame. And I am super happy to have Talen here with us to do yoga. She has done our virtual self-care Saturday before, so she's no stranger to self-care, I mean, to Silence the Shame. And we just appreciate you so much for being here. I'm gonna stop talking now and turn it over to you. I'm about to mute myself and turn my video off. Thank you all again for being here. And again, if you have any questions, just write them in the chat and we'll try to get to you as soon as we can. It's all yours, Talen.
Thanks, Cameron. Hi, everybody. I'm Talen Lane. I'm based here in Atlanta as well. And so I'm super excited to be here to lead you through restorative class. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, I've been a yoga teacher for a very long time, and I'm actually a master yoga teacher trainer. So I teach other people how to teach yoga. Today, we are doing a restorative practice, which is what they had mentioned about the class. And so with restorative, a lot of people are confused because there's not a ton of movement, and that's on purpose. So restorative really is to bring restoration to the body, and it's not particularly about moving and doing all these big and grand things. So for class today, you'll need a pillow and a rolled up blanket if you don't have a bolster. So not many people just keep bolsters in their house unless they are consistent with yoga all the time. I don't even have a bolster because I just use the tools that I have. So a rolled up blanket is sufficient, and a pillow. And so that's how we will get started with class. I do have a business that I run with my husband. It's called Lane Wellness Co. So if you ever have any wellness needs, we help with fitness, nutrition, and we're involved in a lot of things. So be sure to follow us on Instagram at Lane Wellness Co. But beyond that, we're going to go ahead and get started with class. Again, if you need anything, I have the chat pulled up. Since you can't chime in, just hop in the chat. If you have any questions or concerns, you can't hear me clearly, please let me know that and I'll make adjustments as we go. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So you can come flat on your back onto your mat and have your pillow or your blanket handy. You're going to take blanket or whatever you have that's kind of rolled up underneath your knees. If you want to have a pillow behind your head, you can. Otherwise, just lie flat on your back. Go ahead and start to focus on the breath. You can let your legs fall wide and just start to find a very relaxing place. Palms open to the sky, and you can gently close the eyes if that's comfortable and safe for you. And you have full permission to do only the things that serve you today. So if there's anything that I have in store for you that just isn't your vibe today, feel free to leave it. Feel free to take the things that you do want and that you do need for yourself today. So stay flat on your back, taking your focus inwards into your breath. And I would ask you for your intention today to be present. Present right here on your mat, focusing on what you can control in this moment and what you can be in touch with right here. Trying to let go of past or future, staying right here with things that are right in front of you. Taking an inhale in through the nose, feel all the way up to the top. Open the mouth, big sigh, exhale, release it all out. Do that again, inhale, fill up all the way to the tops of your lungs. Open your mouth, big sigh, exhale it all out. Inhale. Last one, big sigh, exhale, release it all out. And just staying present with your breath. So just keeping that focus in the inhales and the exhales. And I'll invite you to bring your right hand to your belly and your left hand to your heart. Feel the life that's creating and moving and vibrating as you breathe. Inhaling deep into the diaphragm, pushing the belly to the sky. And exhaling down all the way through your pelvic floor as you release.
Take your time to free your mind. You can find peace of mind. Take your time to free your mind. You can find peace of mind. Take your time to free your mind. You can find peace of mind.
Taking one more breath here.
Take your time to free your mind.
And then starting to bend your knees, walking your heels in towards your glutes. Stay right here. I'm going to check the chat for a second. All right. So just drawing your feet down onto the ground, you can kind of squeeze that blanket between your heels and your glutes. Pressing down through your feet. Hands can place down by the hips and start to draw your shoulders away from your ears. Eyes closed or eyes open, your choice. If you want to just kind of rock side to side and let your hips sway, let your knees sway. Staying connected to your breath. And then find your way to stillness at the center. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, just gently start to push your hips up and pull that blanket right underneath your tailbone, your sacrum. So again, this is restorative. We don't want our body to do the work, which is why we use props. And if this is uncomfortable, you can extend your legs. That's a little more intense and gives you more of a back bend. But it may feel better just depending on what you've got going on into your back. And so use that blanket or pillow as support and then tuck your hips forward so that you're sending that pressure out of your low back and pressing more your shoulders into the mat. Good. Stay connected to your breath, coming right back into it. Inhale. And exhale.
Elevation. Maybe we can talk about Silver 3118. Your background, it ain't squeaky clean shit. Sometimes we all have to swim upstream. You ain't no saint, we all a sinner. But you put your good foot down to make your soul the winner. I respect that. And you're so fat. And you're all plus supreme. Then you're humble, man. I'm numb your feeling. I can feel everything that you bring. Let's take a long walk around the
Take
park.
2 more breaths here.
Find a spot, us to spark conversation, verbal stimulation, share our situation.
From here, on your last breath, slowly start to slide whatever you've got underneath your hips away. Set it to the side, and we're going to start to roll onto the right side. So you're rolling onto the right side of the body. You can have a couple of things happening with props here. So I prefer to have my arm up by my ear. You can also take a pillow or a blanket here. And then take your other prop, your pillow or your blanket, and place it between the thighs. And if you have a third prop, you can always place it behind your back to keep you stable. Taking your hand to your belly, staying focused with your breath. eyes closed or on a soft gaze. Focus on that inward expression of your body. Focus on what your body is telling and speaking to you. Allow that focus to really breathe deeply into your body.
See a movie on, maybe we can see a play on Saturday, or maybe we can roll a tree in the family.
And 2 more breaths here. And then we're going to start to find a gentle twist. So if you have a prop under here, under your ear, I want you to pull that away and place it behind your back. So a pillow or a blanket behind your back. And then you're going to inhale that left arm up into a cactus arm or goalpost. And then I want you to gently just start to roll back onto that prop, allowing your left shoulder to pull down towards the mat. So anything can happen here with the right hand. You can slide it in line and have a full cactus arm if you want to get a little more of your twist. Or if you want to find more pull to that right side and a little less twisting, you can keep that right arm extended. So find your place where you're comfortable, adjust your props as needed. And just letting that left shoulder really start to melt to the mat. So the important thing here in restorative is that you're not trying to control your body. You're allowing for deep relaxation. You've done so much this week and had so much to focus on. The point of restorative is really to bring balance back to the body, the mind, and the spirit.
Say you're not about me. I wasn't trying to believe it. I'm always holding you down, even though you mess around. You ain't showing me no love.
Stay connected with the breath.
Play the fool, but I know now. It could be you.
Find 2 more full breaths here. Stay connected down with the core and with your heart. The heart is the center of the body, not only as your control center essentially, but also the center of your chakras or your energy centers. And on that second breath, we're going to start to open up to the center. So I want you to pull that left leg over and then start to roll onto your back. You may need to pull away this prop you have back here. And then I want you to slide both of your props next to your legs and hips. So I've got a blanket and a pillow for my props. I'm going to take them to either side. And then I'm just going to allow my knees to open. So bringing the soles of the feet together and gently allowing the knees to open. So in a yoga class, we wouldn't have props always. You would just let your knees really fall open, which is a much deeper stretch. And so for this restorative practice, we want to allow our body to just kind of melt and not force. So we're taking those props here to relieve. If this is not enough of a prop, you can grab more so that your knees are closer together. Or if this is too much, you can just place your feet on the mat if that's more comfortable, kind of back to that starting position. So this is Supta Baddha Konasana. And again, hand placement, you can take both hands right kind of towards the pelvis, a little below the navel. Or if that's not comfortable for you, you can have your palms open to the sky. So in our restorative, we're not only focused on the body, but there's also energy working here. We want to find balance. And so the places that I have you placing your hands are directing and guiding energy. And you can have energy that's kind of out of whack. Essentially, you could be powering through one place or the other. And so by bringing physical contact to the places of those energy centers, you can start to work towards some balance and breathing into those spaces. So allow your head to just be neutral. Allow your shoulders to really relax down into your mat and make any adjustments you need. And we'll breathe here for just a bit.
Sleeping on explosives, everything lies. I'ma get you open one day at a time. Put that on God, man, I put that on God. You meet me out, I touchdown, smoking dope on the daily. Come here, baby, know your birthday, you ready? I'll take you out if you want, if you let me. Don't say face, don't say face. Your friends go, yeah, your friends don't saw you. Your friends go. They gon' hate and say we're not to do, but friends go. If it's you, then who you lying to? Don't say facts, don't say facts. Sleeping on explosives, everything lies.
Taking 2 more breaths here. And one more. And we'll start to make our way to the other side gently. So you can start to wiggle the fingers and toes if you're really settled. And in order to roll onto my left side, I will be facing butt back towards you, which I don't really prefer. So I'm going to adjust my placement. But I'm going to get you there first. So we're going to move over to that left side. So you can use your hands to close your knees. Sometimes when you've done those openings, you can kind of get stuck essentially. So we're going to roll over to that left side this time. So rolling over to your left side, you've got a prop there already that you can have under your knees. And then if you want to extend your left arm up by your ear, you can, or you can take this prop up by your head. So I'm going to switch sides so that my back is not facing you. So you can go ahead and go into it. Coming back to the breath. Hand can rest on the heart if that's comfortable. You can have the hand to the hip, or you can just have the hand down to the mat, almost in the fetal. And just stay connected to the breath.
Following the signs, but you're following the wrong signs. Baby, all the time, baby, all the mountain. Following the signs, but you're following the wrong signs.
Find 2 more breaths here on your left side. We'll start to work to open to that twist on the other side. So if you have a prop behind you, you may want to scoot it up so that it's closer towards your shoulder blades. Take your right arm into that goalpost, and then just start to gently roll that right arm back. You can bring the left arm in the same direction. We call those goalpost or cactus arms. Or you can have just that left arm extended, whatever's more comfortable. And then just start to let your body melt into the twist.
Nothing's wrong at all, babe. I say that we're falling off, babe. Maybe we just ain't been on the same page. You're high, you keep trying. The truth is I hide. That's just the way we are. It's like that. It was never like that. To everybody else, it will be so bad. But I make you mad. But maybe we just not like that.
2 more breaths in your twist. Beautiful. And just start to wiggle and open, and then you're going to start to draw your knees back together, rolling back onto your back. We're going to move into a little bit of an inversion. And so I'm going to start you off in a place where you can stay or you can come back to if the other options are comfortable. So again, taking the prop that you have available and scooting it underneath your hips so that your hips are settled. We're going to take waterfall here. Inversion just means that we're taking your heels above your heart. We're redirecting the blood flow. And so find yourself in a comfortable place where your low back feels supported, and then you're going to just start to tilt your pelvis forward. So you can bring your knees into your chest. That's an option. Or if you're comfortable, you can take your heels up to the sky like you had your legs up against a wall. That's another option as well. If you want to find a wall to let your heels rest on, you can. We won't be here quite as long, so feel free to do what serves your body best. So again, keeping in mind, you can have the knees here with your heels extended or your legs above. It's kind of your choice. Few more breaths here. And then go ahead and drop both feet down to the ground. We're going to allow that blood flow to kind of redirect. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. And then bring your right ankle over to your left knee. And you can just let your right knee push. But we don't want to be too forceful here. This is an elevated figure 4 stretch. So normally in a yoga class, we would do all kinds, or in a more vinyasa style class, we do all kinds of deep stretching. So really, I just want you to find a gentle press.
Very small, 'cause nothing even matters at all. See, nothing even matters. See, nothing even matters at all. Nothing even matters.
So you can have an active flex in the foot if you wanted to start to find some gentle presses through the Achilles and calves.
Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters.
If you'd like to take your arms up overhead, I'm gonna have you reach for opposite elbow, allowing the shoulders to just kind of open through your armpits. And so there doesn't have to be anything forceful here. You can reach for opposite hand, or if you're comfortable reaching for opposite elbow, you can. So we'll be here for just a couple more breaths to allow the shoulders to get a little press here.
I sometimes have a tendency to look at you and see, cause nothing even matters to me. Nothing even matters.
Nice. And then we'll carefully start to back up the legs and switch those out. So feel free to roll out your ankle or shake out your knee. We'll switch sides. So left ankle comes over to the right. And allow your knee to just kind of settle. So again, nothing forceful here. If this doesn't feel too good to you, you can skip it. You can just have your feet planted onto the ground. And we're going to go ahead and switch our grip. So if you took one elbow on top of the other, go ahead and switch sides. Just allowing some symmetry here and coming inward back to the breath.
Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Oh, oh, oh.
Just a couple more breaths here on the left side. And start to gently back off, placing your right foot back down to meet the left. And feel free to let your knees and hips just kind of sway side to side, allowing to shake out. Good. And start to reach down and remove that prop from the hips. And then start to extend your legs. And switch sides again. You stay right where you are. And if you feel comfortable, you can just start to draw your knees into your chest. And if you want to have a prop right at your tailbone, you can. And the option here is you can gently put pressure onto your knees, but I don't want you to bear hug. So keep your shoulders relaxed. If you want to have any weight, you can just gently start to pull your knees towards your chest. But again, just allowing the body to settle in. And nothing really forceful. If you'd like to release the hands, you can have the hands behind the head, or you can have the hands touching the crown. Good, and starting to wiggle the fingers and toes, we're going to start to move into one of the most important poses that's in the yoga practice, which is Shavasana. And so Shavasana translates into corpse pose. So we're going to allow ourselves to get really deeply settled. Myself, I like to head cover up in a blanket during Shavasana. You can also take your pillow or whatever underneath your low back. You can take a pillow under your head. Wherever you choose to go, I want you to get super comfortable. Make sure there's nothing that's going to make you wiggle back and forth, and I want you to really start to settle in. So let your legs fall wide, don't control. Let your palms be open to the sky, and allow your shoulders to just start to melt into the mat.
I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of brokenness inside. I am light.
Take a couple of breaths. Inhale deeply. Open the mouth, big exhale out. Deep inhale. And open the mouth, big exhale, just start to settle in. Shavasana. And starting to become present back into your space. No sudden movements. Don't feel any pressure to move big. Just become more present with the space around you. Just as we began, starting inward with the breath, taking a deep inhale. Open the mouth, big sigh, exhale it all out. Taking a deep inhale. Opening the mouth, big sigh, exhale it all out. And one more, inhale. Exhale it all out. Starting to wiggle the fingers and toes. Bringing one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. reconnecting, feeling the life and movement, the energy force you have contained within you. Taking an inhale and big exhale. As you feel ready, rolling to your favorite side. It can be your right or your left. Coming into the fetal. Feel free to take a big morning stretch if that feels good in your body. And just settling here for just a moment. Absorbing all the amazing things you were able to do for yourself. No rush to get there, but just gently starting to press up to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed if you can. Take your time, no rush. I'll beat you there. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall, lifting the crown of the head up to the sky. Hands on the knees, palms open, open to receiving. Taking an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. And exhale, bring that all back to your heart space, bowing forward. The light and love in me honors and salutes the light and love in you. May you go in peace. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm really grateful to have been able to share a practice with you. I hope this gets you started off on the right foot for your Saturday. Please feel free to come back to that space of quiet and stillness whenever you need it. And if you need any assistance and you're struggling, you can always text silence to 741-741. Just a reminder, these shirts are for sale on the Silence the Shame website if you want to do any donations based on what you were able to receive. I really appreciate you for showing up, not only for this class, but for yourself today. And I'm Talen Lane. You can find me on Instagram at In My Lane. Cameron, do you have anything?
Just thank you so much. We appreciate you, and thank you all to everyone who joined. And if you enjoyed the practice, know that next week I will be reposting a video with a link so you can share this with your friends. So again, thank you so much. Enjoy your Saturday.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.